Hello and welcome to what will be the Join Dota League Season Number 5 American Division 2.2, if I'm not mistaken. This is going to be a two-game series between Team Quetzal and Team Next Level Badasses. I'm GrandisV, and I'll be joined by Mikelorus.
Oh, there it is. Always with this mic, forget that it's muted. But yeah, should be a pretty good one. It's been a long time since, well, I've touched America, or at least it seems like it's been a long time. And hopefully we're going to get this one going underway shortly. And yeah, it looks like that will exactly be what's going on. This stands for right now, America 2-2. Quetzals are on top. They are currently just beating everyone. So, if that is any indication, then it'll be a Quetzal with the lead for the series or with an advantage in the series. And Next Level Badasses with a couple of mediocre performances, but we'll see if Quetzal are just going to steamroll them as they clearly have been for everyone else.
I'm actually pretty excited to see Team Quetzal because they're the only JDL team that I've seen start out in the starter division and actually rise up. They actually started out in JDL1, going from starter to 4 to 3 and now to Division 2, and they seem to be doing really well, so maybe they even make it all the way up to the top, as surprising as that might be. I'm really interested to see how they play. It's a full Mexican team as well, which is pretty peculiar.
Yeah, it's definitely not a region that you would expect a whole bunch of superstars to come from, at least not recently. It's You're talking about non-English speaking American teams, then well, it's mostly Brazil and a little bit more Peru, and that's about it. But it is kind of cool to see Quetzal rise from the ranks. So that's really like what this whole thing is about, right? I don't know why Join Dota did this exactly in the first place, but I'm pretty sure this is why they did it. So that a team that no one's ever heard of can go through the entire thing and end up, who knows, maybe going into Division 1 next time. And with a score of 6-0 currently, that doesn't seem too far-fetched.
Yeah, really, it feels like the only team that might stand in their way is Boreal, who are also 6-0 inside their group, but we'll just have to see. As far as this game is concerned, the draft has started off a little slow, and really it's just the usual suspects so far with Axe, Lion, and Batrider banned.
Yeah, so getting rid of that initiation, which so far in the past couple of days has been just so important, and it always has been important, but nowadays I think in this patch, the team with the initiator, like it doesn't really matter who it is usually the team that's going to be winning, whether it's Clockwork, whether it's a Batrider, a Panda. Whoever's able to jump in is usually going to set the tone, but we have an Axe, or a Troll rather, who is not banned out so far. So if they want to grab it, it's right there.
Yeah, definitely so. As far as the supporting cast is concerned, you have Venge, and that's going to be our first pick for Next Level Badasses here. No big surprises there, just a really solid all-around hero.
Yeah, so you just got to grab that support, and it's always going to be in the pool, or at least most of the time, Vengeful Spirit is going to be the one in the pool. If you ban out a Troll, which is a little bit more standard than a Lion or Batrider, and Io occasionally is going to hit the bin as well. Vengeful Spirit 9 times out of 10 is going to get through. And it's really weird to see a hero that is very rarely banned out first phase, but is so often first picked. So it's like, yeah, she's really strong, but not like cripplingly strong. It's a weird dynamic going on there with Vengeful Spirit, but she's in here now, and well, we'll see what Quetzal want to grab as their first two picks. I've actually never casted Quetzal before,
No,
so
neither have I.
yeah, I think that's kind of coincidence that we haven't, but yeah, it should be interesting.
Well, I think it's also that they did come through the lower divisions of JDL, and honestly, very few people actually watch those starter divisions because most of them aren't on the ticket, so they're not very accessible, and there's no Skype group either. It's almost completely run by the players.
So now they get their time to be cast by the oh so glorious HeflaTV. Yeah, I will go for that. But okay, well, they're taking their time, and it is very rare to see teams take this long for their first two picks. Usually they have something a little bit more so in mind, like at least one pick. Like you grab Troll or you grab a Vengeful Spirit, and then you just wait, or you grab Witch Doctor, and that is also a reasonable way to go. Okay, so they're not surprising at all. Troll Warlord is going to be picked up in some way, shape, or form, and it's just going to be complemented with the Witch Doctor, who, although he doesn't have insane synergy with the Troll, they do work together decently.
Yeah, I mean, more than anything, they're just two really strong heroes, and I don't think they need really that much synergy between each other just because they do what they do very well. Yeah, so we'll have to see how they play around it. For Next Level Badasses, their pick is also pretty open, but again, I don't think we're going to see anything super out of the ordinary here.
Yeah, actually am really a big fan of the Vengeful Spirit into a Initiator. opening if you're able to pick up the Vengeful Spirit first. That is usually I like the Bat Rider more so than the Clock, but Clock has just risen in stock so much, partially because of what I said before. Teams are really looking for that initiation power. But hey, getting the cogs, being able to bump people back is invaluable. So I wouldn't be surprised to see next level badasses grab something like that. I think it's one of the stronger ways to open up your draft. It leaves you very open, and your lanes are still going to be pretty strong. Although Sniper has also risen in stock quite a bit for different reasons, though.
Yeah, definitely. So a very strong mid-game fighting hero, and as long as you get the jump, is pretty secure inside all of the team fights. They are picking up a sniper where Clockwork's still in the pool, so I'd expect them to ban it out. And yeah, there you have it. I don't think there's really any surprises there. You don't want to be playing sniper up against a Clock.
Yeah, you also kind of don't want to be playing Sniper against a Troll Warlord, but that's fine enough. Like, it's a lot worse to be going up against a Clock. So next level badasses, their objective is going to be clearly protect the Sniper, and they have the swap to do that. They need a little bit more of a front line, as Sniper is, well, he's very positional based, and if you bypass that, if you're Team Quetzal, if you get anyone with a Blink Dagger, if you grab a Queen of Pain or a Puck, just heroes to get to the back end, then Sniper is going to have a really rough time.
Team Quetzal, go ahead and ban out the Disruptor. I'm not exactly sure what this means in the next picking phase, but the first two heroes that come to mind immediately are Io and Tidehunter. I think Tide probably the more likely of the two.
Yeah, it does seem like that is going to be a real possibility. And really, they would be Tide would be good for either side right now. So maybe Quetzal going to prepare themselves for that. It is going to let them have an initiator. It's not really the best, but they want to grab it. Then they have Witch Doctor already. Can't be too bad.
Definitely not. Next level badasses will go ahead and further secure the sniper pick with a Storm Spirit ban on top of it all, and we'll have to see what Quetzal settle on. Right now, they are burning through a large chunk of the reserve time.
I want to say that they're considering Slark right now, although Earthshaker looks like is going to hit the bin. Slark with Troll Warlord is so good, and Slark against Sniper is also so good. So if I was Quetzal, I would have that hero right in my mind, and I would be considering it right now. Maybe they're going to try to grab it a little bit later, but man, the synergy with Troll Warlord and against Sniper is just so strong. And Quetzal, they also do have some other options. PA, if you want to blink straight to the Sniper, if they want to grab an alternative mid lane hero, Queen of Pain is also pretty good. But it is fairly easy to draft for Quetzal now that they know that their Sniper is on the other end. You just got to try to burst them down.
I'd really like a Void as well, combos nicely with the Troll and the Witch Doctor both, and pretty darn good against the Sniper if you can actually catch him out in the Chronosphere. Might need a Blink in order to do that later on in the game, but I think that's a pretty solid pick as well. More than anything, we just have to see what Quetzal are up for playing or what they want to pick.
Well, it seems like Quetzal are going to be the patient ones in this particular game. They're taking their time, and they settle upon a Dazzle. So it's not exactly the heroes that we were describing before. As we were looking for the cores to synergize with the Troll Warlord, Dazzle isn't exactly going to have that. However, he is pretty darn good up against Sniper. Assassinate for a killing blow will just be brick-walled by that grave. And if your Troll Warlord is going to go ham and try to dive a Sniper, then a little bit of extra armor from Weave is going to go a long way.
Definitely so. Next level badasses will pick up the Ancient Apparition next, and they've made themselves a pretty scary tri-lane with just 3 ranged heroes, single disable, and chilling touch. It's pretty much all you need to get kills, especially on squishy heroes like the Witch Doctor and Dazzle. Yeah, it's going to be the Brewmaster. Team Quetzal will get their initiating hero now.
All right, and with Quetzal's initiating hero, next level badasses going to respond with a Bristleback. That's going to be their frontliner to try to peel everyone from Quetzal away from the Sniper. The problem is that with the Brewmaster and Troll Warlord, they don't really care if a Bristleback is hitting them. Troll Warlord is tanky enough to run through the Bristleback, go straight to the Sniper, and Brewmaster with the Blink is just going to leap over the Bristleback and get straight to the Sniper. So it's a very nice pickup for next level badasses, but really what they need right now is CC, because Quetzal, they grab a Brewmaster. First of all, it's just a very strong hero in general, but this is also a very strong hero who needs crowd control, who's only facing up against a magic missile. There's so far no chance that next level badasses will be able to cancel a Brewmaster split.
Yeah, not really, and I do like the Centaur ban coming up from Team Quetzal as well. Would have somewhat fulfilled that role, and we are going to see the Slark banned out eventually by NLBA.
All right, so that's not any possibility any longer, although I don't really think it would have been a great hero for Quetzal at this point, going up against an Ancient Apparition. The Ice Blast is just so good up against Slark. You kind of don't want to deal with that ever. But Quetzal, I'm assuming they're going to be looking for an off-lane hero now, or at least a solo lane hero. Their ability to go offensive tri-lane with Dazzle, Witch Doctor, Troll Warlord is actually pretty insane. It's not going to win a heads-up fight against Chilling Touch, but the sustain here is ridiculous.
Yeah, it definitely is. And their ability to jump into the enemy team is pretty crazy too. It's going to be a last pick Zeus from Team Quetzal, so probably an offlane Brewmaster or in some form or fashion a solo Brew if they do settle on that aggressive tri-lane. NLBA will round out their draft with a Viper.
I really like Next Level Badass's draft. However, I don't really like their draft up against what Quetzal have. Like the Viper Bristleback as your two cores, I think are some of the stronger ones that you could pick up, especially when you have a glass cannon like Sniper on your team. Mostly because Bristleback and Viper, they're hard to get through, and you don't really want to run past them because they'll just kick your ass while you're trying to do that. And you don't really want to focus them either because they're so tanky. But again, they're not going to have any way of disrupting this Brewmaster from doing exactly what he wants to do, which is blink to the back and get it split off. Yurgity might be able to delay it with a magic missile, but that's not good enough. Their burst isn't going to be good enough to kill off a Brewmaster before he gets a split. So between that, the Death Ward, and the ultimate from Zeus, the Sniper has so many things to worry about.
Yeah, definitely so. And I'm not sure the Bristle and Viper are going to be able to do it by themselves. Yeah, and Brewmaster is probably going to build into an Aghanim Scepter this game because his ultimate's so reliable to get off, and that really feels very scary. We have some sort of gibberish inside the chat? No, who knows. Either way, Radiant team, it's going to be Quetzal with Moon playing on the Witch Doctor, Mist on the Dazzle, Wind on the Troll Warlord, Greed on the Brew, and last but not least, our Zeus played by Raykill.
And for the Next Level Badasses, Sniper is going to be played by Noble Wings. Yurgity going to be handling the support Venge with McCoy's Racist Grandpa, classic Racist Grandpa, on the Ancient Apparition. DVG is going to be handling the Bristleback, and then when Disembody comes back, he should be taking up that Viper. But he was having trouble connecting to the game before, so hopefully it's not going to be a lasting problem, because last thing we need is a game that's riddled with pauses. Literally, nobody likes that at all.
Absolutely not. Viewers, casters, players, admins? Is there
Yeah, the
anybody that
admins
actually likes a laggy paused game?
The admins don't care. There are no admins. This is like the Wild West of gaming.
Fair enough. Maybe Noble Wings threats need to be taken a little bit more seriously.
Yes. We're not going to do anything in case someone ends up dead. That is not our problem. Did you get the entire team to sign the non-disclosure forms? We are not associated with anything that's going on here.
No, absolutely not. We are hands off.
Yeah, so guys, please don't sue us. That would be fantastic if you could just not do that.
Definitely so. Well,
Okay.
Disembody is going to disconnect, so... This is fun.
I like how he's actually... It's like, his name is Disembody. That's so fitting. It's very rare that you see these happen. Like, I love it when players' names line up with what they actually have.
We had a
Like,
Phantom Lancer last game called Azwraith.
Oh, well, that's
So.
kind of cheating.
I suppose that is kind of
I
cheating,
guess.
because you can pick it.
Yeah, I mean, that's not, like, coincidental enough, right?
Yeah. I
Like,
suppose so.
if the Witch Doctor player was playing Luna right now, no, that would be good, right? There you go. Easy. Easy combo, easy synergy.
Definitely so. Let's see. And then we have Wind on Windwalker, Windrunner, Ranger. what have you.
Windwalker.
Windwalker. I'm not sure where that came
It's
from.
Wind Ranger in like 20 or 30 years. He's a
Yeah.
lot older. Can't quite move as fast. Still wants to participate though.
Let's see. Greed is Alchemist. What's Mist?
Yeah.
Abaddon?
He has missed coil, but yeah, I think that's about it.
And then Raykill.
Ready? He plays the Brewmaster, and then it's like he missed. MISSED.
Why not
Yeah.
be Phantom Assassin then, though, if you're going for that pun?
Because she has 50% dodge, but Drunken Brawler
Ah.
gives you 25% and Drunken Haze, which is probably more.
I don't see this ending well.
That is so many different people to walk into a bar. Where could this bar possibly be?
It could be like in my backyard.
Really?
Let's see.
Well,
I know a
yeah,
Brazilian, a Jew, a black guy, and I'm Texan. I just have to find a Czech dude.
maybe they're all one person.
Yeah.
No, they can't be one person because you got two nationalities there. Three.
I
I
suppose
guess you
that's
could
right.
kind of be. I guess you could kind of be like a Brazilian in Texas, and then you would be like associated with the Texas culture, but you can't be both Brazilian and Czech. So it's got to be two people, guys. We solved the mystery.
Solved the mystery,
In
and it
case
looks
anyone was
like
curious.
Viper solved his problem. So we're going to unpause this game, and we'll see how these lanes shake down.
Oh man, the best jokes are when it turns out to all be the same person because no one sees that one coming. But here we are, back in a game, and hopefully that is going to be the only pause of the game. We'll see how these lanes are going to work. We have Wind, the Troll Warlord, who's going up towards the top lane, and usually you don't just throw a Troll Warlord up towards top unless you give him a couple of supports. So I would expect it to be a full-on offensive tri-lane for the Quetzal side. And oh god, US East, please, no.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
I typed in ping and I'm not even seeing
Oh
anything.
dear lordy. Okay, so the lowest ping is you with 255.
Yeah! Suck it, everyone else. I still typed in ping and I'm still getting nothing. How long does it take to... Okay, that's not good. You know it's bad when you
Yeah.
type in ping and you don't get anything.
How long do we
Oh,
wait until we remake?
I have no clue. Usually it's admin's discretion, but since you made the lobby, I guess it's completely up to you.
Oh my goodness. I don't like having this
Arbitrary,
power.
arbitrary decision time.
I'll
Now you
just leave it
gotta,
up to the players.
yeah, democracy, man.
Yes.
Democracy is the way to go. Because then if they get upset, they don't have anyone to blame but themselves. And Valve.
Flag is gone? Okay. Good. US East has stopped striking. Maybe the year beast has
Yeah.
passed. That's what's happened.
Oh, yeah, that actually might be it.
I have no
Like,
idea.
I'm
I haven't looked
not
at that
even
timer.
joking. That might actually be it. That Year Beast thing just got messed up. But yeah, so Year Beasts are gone, guys. Don't worry. There will be no broken shenanigans going on in this game. But yeah, I would expect a tri-lane to form up in the top lane of Quetzal. And it looks like those three heroes are going to be going up against Bristleback, who is more or less prepared for it with a ton of regen.
Or maybe they just end up contesting this top rune and then going down towards bottom. I think it's up to Quetzal's discretion where they actually end these lanes up.
Yeah, for next level badasses, they have the sniper down towards the bottom lane. He is, of course, joined by everyone for right now, but it looks like the sniper is going to be going towards the mid lane, two shared tangos. And then you have a pretty nice offensive tri-lane from the next level badasses. And this offensive tri-lane is, or would have been stronger than the Quetzal's offensive tri-lane, but hell, if it's going to be a 3v3 lane, and the only reason why this lane isn't going to be going so terribly for Quetzal is because they're on the safe lane. This is a really dangerous lane from the dire side.
Yeah, it really is. If you get tagged by a poison tech, I'm tempted to say that you're just dead. If you don't have the mischance on pretty much everybody if you're the troll, it is very, very sketchy. Viper gets the bounty rune down towards bottom, and Zeus gets the one up towards top. So both teams, at the very least, are going to start off with the same amount of gold.
All right, so Zeus and Brewmaster, they have to fix something with this. It's going to be dual lanes, it looks like. Greed helping out the body block? Is that something that is actually done? Because I've actually never seen that before. I've seen supports body block for their carries and then, disengage after that, but they actually just both body blocked it. And okay, so it's going to be dual lanes for Quetzal, turns out.
Yeah, interesting. I think these dual lanes could work out for them. I think more than anything, Wind just needs a Morbid Mass so he can go into jungle. For now, it's just really scary. If Moon or Wind get caught out, they're pretty much dead at this point.
Yeah, magic missile with one single poison attack. You put on the chilling touch at that point, and then it's just all over. So there's a very slim chance that paralyzing cast bounces through two guys, and maybe you buy a little bit of time, but that is not a good place to be as a troll warlord. So as you said, morbid mask, maybe even a poor man's shield. Go into the jungle and see what you can get. It's still not going to be so safe, but it's definitely got to be safer than sitting in this lane and not getting anything.
Yeah, right now, I mean, Wind is just so scared of getting Magic Missile. Venge might be overextending a tad bit, but it's only a level 1 Troll and a level 1 Witch Doctor. They're not really the scariest heroes. As far as our other lanes are concerned, Zeus versus Sniper for now is pretty darn even, and probably will stay that way for a decent chunk until Sniper gets a couple more levels, then they'll start pulling ahead.
And Zeus will be able to burst down the Sniper, so it's going to be Sniper most likely winning the CS race, Zeus winning the I'm going to kill you race. Of course, looking at the supports, next level badasses, their supports are so much more deadly on the roam than Quetzal. Like a Dazzle roaming and a Witch Doctor roaming, you don't really have to be too scared of that, but an AA and Venge can put you in a body bag so fast.
Yeah, definitely so. For now, we're just kind of chilling inside these early lanes. Double damage rune spawn bottom, but I don't think that's going to really change the status quo at all. So I think, by de facto, these lanes are fairly even, coming out from what both teams are getting out of them.
Yeah, so, yeah, I think both sides would be kind of happy with this. I think really the Bristleback has got to be the happiest. He's not getting the most CS right now, but really he's not in too much trouble. He's going to take a little bit of chip damage from the Dazzle occasionally, but the Bristleback's survivability right now is pretty much all but guaranteed. And in a 1v2 lane, you're not being completely crushed. You have to be happy if you're this Bristleback. And well, there's really nothing except for level 6 on Brewmaster that would actually change this lane.
Yeah, definitely not. Right now, the Troll is going to find some farm with that double damage rune over in this side, but this is slow incoming, and he's still in a lot of trouble with the AA and the Venge coming in. But with no boots on the Vengeful Spirit, it's just a little too hard for them to get in range.
And hey, they're getting something, right? Like, you get a couple of pulls here and there, you get a little bit of extra gold to buy an item that helps you jungle later on, but this dual lane is not going to be working out for Quetzal, and there's actually nothing that they could do to change this except for dissolve the lane. And you really don't want to be dissolving your dual lane, especially when it's on the safe lane. So that's pretty much the last emergency alarm that Quetzal want to pull. Even setting the Dazzle down there will help it will help your allies to not outright die, but it won't really help you kill them. DVG up towards top is going to take a lot of damage from Greed. Clap has already been used, looking for one more hit, but the Bristleback will slip away. Level 2 passive is just a little bit too much.
Yeah, but in the end, that's not going to be our first blood, and tensions are still high down towards bottom lane. I really feel it's going to be Wind that ends up dying. He's tanking creeps right now, and it's not very healthy for him, right? Yeah, he does have a salve on the Witch Doctor, but that's about all that he has to sustain him through.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of time before next level badasses pull the trigger. They've thrown out one magic missile. That didn't actually lead to anything because Venge was too far away. But soon enough, someone's going to get a little bit too far out. Disembodied's actually going to trade hits with Moon Wind. If he only knew that next level badasses weren't protecting their Viper right there, they could have very easily made the jump and maybe not outright get the kill, but certainly could have made a decent damage trade or maybe even get the kill added trade. But right now, Disembodied is playing as if he has 3 or 4 heroes behind him, but he actually doesn't. So Quetzal, they're scared in this bottom lane, and sometimes that's good enough to get you a little bit of lane advantage.
Yeah, the Venge and the AA have come back down towards the bottom lane, and really just being off the map is so useful for these two supports. It means that mid and bottom have to play defensively, so you don't really know where they are. And speaking of mid, Raykill drops incredibly loaded. Just the Sniper alone is forced all the way back to base. Lucky enough for him, he had a, Haste Rune get there a little bit faster.
Assassinate and level 3 Shrapnel, that does do a lot of damage, and Zeus isn't exactly the most mobile hero, so he can't exactly dance around that. However, even though he had to go back, he's now going to go towards the bottom lane. Level 3 Bolt plus Chain Lightning. Grandpa going to take a lot of damage. They're going to Wrath to get the kill. That's first blood. Also, Yurgity dropping pretty low. Raykill doesn't have the most mana, but he will set up for that kill. Wind is going to grab that one. Disembodied was eating tower shots the entire time. That's the only reason I could see of why he's so low right now. He's going to try to juke into the trees, and he'll try TP away. First hit bash? No. It's going to be the Viper to survive, but the two supports get blindsided by a Zeus, who I was just about to say has hit level 6, and you would have to respect that ultimate, but for sure, next level badasses didn't expect Zeus to just make an appearance in that lane.
Yeah, that Haste Rune really paying dividends for him, allowing him to heal up and join a fight, and gets 2 kills for it. It does leave Sniper in the lane, but more than worth it for what he got. And now Troll and the Witch Doctor can breathe a little bit easier, now sitting on level 4 on Wind, as well as on the Witch Doctor.
Yeah, so this is going to get a little bit of free space here for the bottom lane of Quetzal, but if they do just get themselves down here and they sit and think that they're going to be safe, then they are wrong, because the only reason that really worked out was because the Zeus was there. And because Zeus isn't there and his Thunder God's Wrath isn't up, this bottom lane is just going to continue the way it has been. Nothing really has changed except for the fact that, well, Quetzal have a little bit more gold now. So Zeus is really going to be happy about that, but he's going to have to return to a lane where he's up against Sniper. And as I said before, Sniper has the CS lead, but Zeus has the kill heroes lead.
Bristleback looks like he was farming pretty aggressively over inside his stack. He's going to be forced all the way back out, and if Quetzal actually are privy to this fact...
Thunder God's Wrath. Zap him?
There you go. Yeah. Easy kill.
So easy. Walked past an Observer Ward, which you actually wouldn't expect to be there if you're the Bristleback. Like, if you look at this dual lane, it's not really a super aggressive dual lane, and the only reason you put that Observer Ward there is if you're going to be playing super aggressively, usually in an offensive tri-lane. So Bristleback kind of got surprised, and now he does know that that's revealed, but it's a little bit too late. Ray kills might die in the mid lane, actually Wings. He will peel back, assassinate though, and Zeus is probably going to have to say goodbye to his head. Yes, there it is.
Yeah, unfortunately not able to get out of the shrapnel to bottle up and just a little bit under that kill threshold. Bottom lane is still as scary as ever and is still poised 3-1. The Sniper is collecting pretty darn huge in that last kill and now sitting at level 8. The Sniper is doing quite a bit, at least inside his lane.
And it's still very possible for the Zeus to burst down the Sniper, but he's probably going to need a little bit of help. We have a Troll moving towards that mid lane, but of course that means bottom lane is all alone. Moon is going to get jumped. A couple of poison attacks. That is a level 2 skill. Moon trying to regenerate through it, but 160 damage worth of Viper hit, and Witch Doctor, he had nowhere near amount of health to survive. So this bottom lane, as I said before, is just going to continue on as it has been. And, well, Troll Warlord couldn't have done anything to help out there anyway.
No, definitely not. Right now, that 2 points into the Nether Toxin is pretty terrible to deal with if you're such a low HP hero. Oh, Zeus ultimate and 1 crit. Going to kill off the Sniper, and Bristleback also dropped down incredibly low, but DVG is, fortunately for them, going to survive.
And fortunately for Greed, though, I mean, he killed off a Sniper, first of all. That's always a kill that you want. But it also put him right above the Blink Dagger threshold, so he's going to grab that one, and he does have level 7, so he will be able to contribute a level 4 clap and a split. And if he wants to go down to the bottom lane and party there, then, well, we already saw what happens when a single hero rotates down to the bottom lane. Next level badasses might be getting a little bit too comfortable here, and if they get blindsided by a Blink Dagger Brew, then there's, first of all, no way that the AA and Venge will survive. And Viper will also take a lot of damage because he has not gone for a very heavy corrosive build.
Yeah. The Brewmaster has shown himself to the creep wave, so they should know that he has the Blink Dagger in theory, but it's still very hard to prepare with, and they can't really very safely continue playing in the same fashion. Instead, they're potentially going to look up towards top. The Brewmaster is sitting and waiting for the Bristleback.
Oh, but bottom lane, we have a Sniper rotating down there. They see a very, very vulnerable duo of Zeus and Witch Doctor, and they're playing pretty defensively, but I'm pretty sure next level badasses will have no hesitation about diving this, because Shrapnel will give them all the vision they need. Disembodied's going to take a lot of damage, though. Once again, eating power shots. Disembodied, going to pop the mech and he will be fine. They will kill off the Zeus, and now Moon trying to get himself into a corner, but he can't even get there. Yurgi will get hit with the poison touch, but he is probably going to survive. Greed's going to come in, needs a Blink Dagger. He's just going to walk in, and Thunder God's Wrath is going to kill him off. Miss in the meantime, fighting up against Grandpa, will be going down at an even trade. That's a 3-for-3. With Zeus buying back for Thunder God's Wrath, they're going to try to catch Noble Wings on the retreat, but this little guy is a little bit too fast. Up towards top, and it looks like DVG is going to take a lightning bolt to the dome, but overall, an even trade. Zeus buying back for that Thunder God's Wrath, not worth it, because the Brewmaster had that kill perfectly under control.
Yeah, in the end, it is going to be slightly in favor of NLBA. Now with the haste stream on Sniper, now they're not going to look for any more Noble Wings. Too low to go for that, but for now, NLBA found themselves a nice advantage, and, well, lucky enough for Quetzal, they held on to their split, so they still do have that Blink Clap split at the ready for Greed.
And if they want to deploy it right now, kill off the Ancient Apparition, then that's perfectly worth it if you're that Brewmaster. Getting a little bit of extra gold is always good, and it's a split that otherwise is just going to be rotting in your inventory. We have DVG dropping fairly low. Thunder God's Wrath this time is not up for another 30, so the pig will survive today, but that's fine enough for Quetzal. As long as they're starting to get a little bit more farm on their cores, and they are, the Troll Warlord's not doing too terribly right now, and they're going to be happy for a little while longer, but Moon over towards mid is in a hell of a lot of trouble. Assassinate, Ice Blast, and there's actually nothing you can do about that.
No, there really isn't. As a poor Witch Doctor, you take like one shot from the sniper and you're pretty much dead to that combo. It doesn't take very much. He's going to buy himself a Tango and a Clarity to stay out in the lane a little bit longer, but yeah, the sad life of a support this game.
And there will probably be nothing that he could do about that ever unless he grabs, well, he needs like a magic wand and bracers or something like that to survive that burst combo. But by the time that happens, oh, never mind, Assassinate's already level 2, so the Witch Doctor is going to take 505 magical from Assassinate with a 600 health pool total. That is just not fair at all if you're Witch Doctor. It's like so disgustingly broken.
Yeah, it really is. Pretty much you just wait for the Ice Blast to land and then it's free kills. And those cooldowns are incredibly low. You can pretty much do that non-stop whenever Witch Doctor's on the map and Sniper is anywhere close.
And, you know, the other heroes of Quetzal, they're not entirely safe either. The level advantage that Sniper has right now is pretty insane, being 4-1-1. So he's dishing some serious damage with the Assassinate. Of course, if you could bypass that range advantage that he has through an Invis rune on the Brewmaster, let's say, then you're going to be sitting pretty. And Noble Wings, if he gets clapped, then I'm pretty sure he's just dead to a split. Oh, clap being held, though, and Witch Doctor, I think he just played a little bit too aggressively. If he went instead of in front of the creep wave behind it, then the Sniper would be still sticking around. But instead, no, they're kind of trying to lure in the Sniper. This time Moon will live because the clap is there from Greed. Thunder God's Wrath is there as well. They're so greedy, though. And, well, I guess it was appropriate that he's playing the Brewmaster. Yurgity will also survive. Oh, man. Greed is not good. And by that, I mean, don't mean the player. I mean, use the Primal Split and get the kill. Don't let the Sniper get away.
Yeah, would have been 2 pretty easy kills, and maybe even the third if Viper doesn't cancel his TP. They have yet to use a split this game, and Greed's KDA still looks good, but huge missed opportunity, and on a level 11 hero, no less.
Okay, it's time for round 2. DVG probably not as good to kill as the Sniper rather, but looks like this time, well, are they going to regret not having used Split? No. Bolt to get the kill through the fog, and Bristleback is going to take a fall. Split still available, but this is a huge asset that just sitting in their inventory, doing absolutely nothing. Wind down towards bottom lane is going to go for this AA, gets the second hit bash, and that'll be a very easy solo kill for the Troll Warlord. He is well on his way to his recovery.
Yeah, definitely so. After that pretty terrible laning stage, he's actually overtaken the Viper when it comes to net worth. His Viper has been trying to help out his team, and Troll actually has 80 last hits here, topping the last hit chart by a large margin over the Sniper. And really has just been left alone. You can't really do this with a Troll.
Yeah, it is kind of deceptive just because he has been jungling a lot. He has the phase boots and he has been just in the jungle killing off the typically lower value creeps. So the CS advantage certainly is there, but as far as the overall goal that they get from creeps should be relatively even. That being said, Wind should, he have a lot less than what he has right now. Greed down towards bottom looking for a blink in will actually decide for a blink out. Wind with no mana can't really help out.
Yep, and we still hold on to that split. We'll have to see if Greed ever decides to cast that spell or if they just pick the Brewmaster to scare the enemy team. For now, it seems to be working.
Yeah, I mean, if next level badasses are warping their play so much because they're scared of dying to a split, then you're getting free map control, and that sounds pretty good to me. Of course, you typically do want to use it, and this time up against Noble Wings in the mid lane, he will use it, I'm sure. Please use it this time. No, okay, Thunder God's Wrath. Okay. I didn't realize how appropriate his name was until I'm seeing him play. Just use the split and get the kill.
Yeah, I don't think you do that the second time. Like, even if it's not necessary, I still think you use the split there just to make sure that he dies.
Yeah, and Sniper, I mean, he is only survivable because he has a lot of movement speed, and you're not going to be able to catch up to him once the split wears off. You need the extra Cyclone and Rock to actually get that kill, so it's going to be a second wasted opportunity for a kill on the Sniper, and well, I guess they get the tower denied. That's pretty nice. But still, they're sitting on a really valuable asset that you want to be casting literally as much as you can. As whenever it's available, you want to be pressing that button. So the Brewmaster is, well, still not doing terribly, but could be doing a lot more. But bottom line, he is buying a lot of space for Wind, the Troll Warlord, to farm up, and for Raykill to finish up his Yule Scepter. This Zeus is packing some serious heat.
DVG for next level badasses has been abusing some space as well on this. Bristleback, he's been farming up pretty quietly here up in the top lane. It looks like he's going to have his Vanguard up pretty shortly.
Yeah, he hasn't had the easiest laning phase, having to deal with a couple of rotations, but he will get there eventually. And once he has that, well, he wasn't going to take any or that much physical damage to begin with, but he'll be pretty much invulnerable to that moving forward. But yeah, he's pretty happy, and Sniper is definitely very happy, being initiated upon twice by Brewmaster, and both times he was able to slip away. Not to mention Disembody also free farming on the Viper. Next level badasses, they're not getting as much as Quetzal, but they're still getting farm on the heroes that need to get farm.
Yeah, I think this is still perfectly serviceable for them, although you'd love to have more on your AA as well as on your Vengeful Spirit. Really, they kind of have what they need. Maybe Venge wants level 6, that's kind of nice to have 16 minutes in this game, but Disembody cut out by the cask, and the damage is plenty with the Troll coming in and the Zeus ultimate. Mech is going to make him survive a little bit longer, but not enough.
And that's going to be a kill on the Viper. A really nice kill for Quetzal to have. However, up towards top, looks like some heroes are going to be in for a little bit of a squabble. Mist is going to be in trouble first. He's going to get the Grave out. Greed going to bypass everything as Mist TP's out of there. Looks like he will survive. This time, Noble Wings going to get the split, but this clap I don't believe landed. Now, Sniper's though going to put himself in the corner, swap out across to the tier 1. A couple more hits. This boulder will be lethal, it looks like. No, 7 HP he lives. He's going to instead change his mind, go for Yurgity. Cast bouncing through as well from the Witch Doctor. Brewmaster going to get 1 kill, now looking for a second. McCoy is going to be a lot of trouble. Greed, though, is forced to run away because of that cold feet. He will barely dodge that freeze effect, but still taking a lot of damage, won't drop below lethal. He will have to go into the trees and try to escape from there. Another cast bounce from the Witch Doctor, who's just been playing so sneakily in this top lane. He bailed out his allies twice. Noble Wings, yet again, somehow, I don't know how, gets to live, but it's still a beneficial fight for Quetzal.
Yeah. Quetzal, they are pushing down that tier 2 tower and bottom with the Troll, and Zeus was in there at Spirit, at the very least, for that top fight with that Zeus ultimate. So close to going that Sniper. Recently, I'm not sure exactly how many mini patches ago, the boulder toss damage was actually reduced. That was really close.
It feels like if you throw a boulder at someone, it should be doing a little bit more than that, especially since Sniper is, just look at him, he'll be crushed by a boulder, but he gets to live this time, and well, he's so far surviving every single attempt that Greed has to throw at him. And that was even a level 2 split, so yeah, Greed is certainly surviving him. With the Sange in his inventory, suddenly he's not a complete glass cannon, he's just mostly a glass cannon.
I mean, if you take a look at Sniper, he's pretty much walking around inside a trash can, so maybe the boulder doesn't kill him instantly?
That's some advanced shielding techniques from the Sniper. If I go into this trash can, I will be in no danger.
Tier 1 tower and bottom going to be chipped away at by Noble Wings and company, and they'll be able to take that, but it looks like it's going to be at the cost of their tier 1 tower up top. Pretty even, but then again, you have Quetzal in mid.
And they already took down a tier 1 tower in mid, so it's already going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Looks like 2-for-1 unless the tower up towards top lane gets denied. Next level badasses, though, they have 1 TP coming in. Looks like Moon might be sniped by this Ice Blast. He will perfectly dodge it. He's still in a little bit of trouble, though, because a couple more hits will kill him off. Cold Feet, not quite going to do it. Magic Sticks going to keep him alive. Now Mist and Wind going to go straight for the Ancient Apparition. A little bit of greed there from the AA, and looks like he will be punished for it. The tower was destroyed by the Dazzle also. So it's 2 towers and a kill in exchange for 1 tower. That's a trade that anyone will make anytime.
Yeah, definitely so. And Quetzal continue to find themselves with advantageous trades mid lane. Greed going to be forced to split, swap out onto the Sniper. It looks like Yurgity is going to be giving up his own life in order to save out this Sniper. Or is he? The Zeus ultimate flies through. Now the Troll comes in from the sidelines. 1 ranged axe going to be the end of Venge's life. Now to DBG. They'll slow him down with the ranged axes. 2 looking for just a little bit more damage. They throw the Viper up into the air. And DBG is still standing strong. Greed needs to find a way out. His Sniper is going to get a kill onto the Witch Doctor. Grave keeps Miss alive for a little bit longer, trying to TP out. The H person Ice Blast will be not even necessary. He ends up dying to, I believe, the tower. Maledict going to take down 1 more, and now Troll going to fight up against Disembody. It's going to be a 1-for-3, and now Mega kills Greed. They look for DBG. DBG down, dominating for Greed too, as NLBA lose all of their cores.
Man, and Quetzal keep all their cores alive. The Sniper had a couple of seconds in that last fight just sit in the back line. He was sitting in this clump of trees over here, and he was just firing away. He killed off the Witch Doctor in the process, but once he actually draws some attention, once Wind is right on him, then it's just all over. There's nothing the Sniper can do about that except for run and hope he has some allies. And the Viper just got torn to shreds by this Troll Warlord. Sange Nyasha plus Phase Boots got a couple of lucky bashes as well, but I don't really think it would have mattered too much even if he didn't. Wind is dishing at this point, on top of the net worth chart with 2,900 gold in the bank. This was from a Troll Warlord that got pretty much nothing for the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game. So he's recovered and then some. He is now almost by far like the most deadly here on the map.
Yeah, right now, next level badasses are just finding it difficult to actually fight into the enemy team. The damage combination that they have is just not enough right now. And the Brewmaster split is being a constant thorn in their side. Just being able to ignore the Viper inside the fight is wonderful. They'll smoke up his 5 and look for a fight. Zeus Ultimate scouts this out, however, and I think Quetzal should be able to just straight back. Mist is close, but I think none of them should get caught.
Yeah, they're going to back off nice and clean. That Zeus ultimate is, well, you don't really want to use it for vision. Actually, Mist, no, is going to get caught. Noble Wings a little bit too fast. TP out, though. They need to swap or Magic Missile. They will swap him back, and they will get a kill. Dazzle saw him coming from a mile away. He just can't run fast enough away. It is going to be a kill for next level badasses, and considering their smoke was blown immediately by a Thunder God's Wrath, that's actually really good for them.
Yeah, I think that's completely fine. Troll is pushing up top, so next level badasses can't go for any map objectives off of that immediately. But maybe they'll be able to get a Roshan. It's not the greatest of Roshan lineups, but they actually scratch that. They have plenty of minus armor at their disposal. It's going to be falling very quickly.
That's all. They unfortunately don't have Thunder God's Wrath to spot this one out. They have the Witch Doctor coming in. Death Ward will be pretty good in the Roche Pit, but by the time they get there, it's way too late. Aegis already claimed by the Sniper. He has double damage. Greed gonna jump in. No hesitation at all. He is all alone right now, but he's gonna go right on top of that Sniper. He does again have that Aegis, so even if they kill him off once, they can't kill him off twice. Wind coming in for the back. We'll go straight for the AA. We'll make him take a fall as well. Now hiding in the Roche Pit, the Brewmaster split, doing everything for Quetzal. It's pretty much just the Brewmaster right now with a little bit of support from Wind. They'll kill off the Viper, who in the middle of that disconnected. Now they're gonna go straight for the Resurrected Sniper. They'll kill him off as well. Is there anyone else who they could kill? Looks like everyone else next level badass is going to survive. But my god, Greed just went nuts there. That was an Aghanim Scepter Brewmaster level 2 ultimate. They're also going to catch BVG in a corner. Dual Scepter is there. They have a Troll Warlord and Brewmaster closing in. He's going to try TP, looking for that bash. This time Wind is going to get some unlucky rolls. And the Bristleback will get to live. Bolts should have been held for that. But at any rate, Greed, man, he got a little bit of help from a couple of bolts from Raid Kill. Troll Warlord killed off the AA, but other than that, Brewmaster was going like 1v3, 1v4.
Yeah, and he can do that pretty feasibly. Next level badasses lose any advantage that they might have gotten from that Roshan in the last fight, losing Aegis and plenty of heroes on top of it. And now Quetzal take a tier 2 tower after the fact. This is not the situation you should be in after you get that Roshan, but well, it's the situation they're in after losing the fight.
Wind gonna take a little bit of damage, swap back, Cold Feet will proc, however he's gonna get graved up. Right now he will survive and try to TP out. It will be very close and it looks like he will die to the shrapnel. Troll Warlord's gonna give up a lot of gold to the Sniper. Mist gonna try to TP out as well. This time they just have enough damage to kill him off. And Moon also is going to get chased down and he doesn't even have a TP scroll, so I'm pretty sure this is gonna be 3 kills for next level badasses if they really want to continue chasing on Moon. Best bet right now is throw the cast, hope bounces to some neutrals, but now that the Snot has landed, he's going to need some help from his allies. Here comes an Ice Blast, Greed coming in at the same time. He will throw out the Haze, but Moon is going to die to like 3 shots from DVG. That was not even funny. And Greed is also spotted right now, but it looks like they will call it quits. Viper Strike onto a creep, just to show him who's boss, but next level badasses get something, punishing the over-aggression from Quetzal.
Greed does have the Aghanim Scepter ulti at the ready, so as long as they're able to delay for 20 seconds, they should be able to fight. We have pause coming out from Yurgity, so hopefully Viper's issues will not be lasting that long. Seems that he's having some pretty major problems.
It's not just a crash, it's a crash in capital letters. So I guess that's why he Viper struck that creep. So yeah, he has an excuse now, but either way, Quetzal, they're still doing pretty darn well in this game. What was a 11-ish K advantage is now going to drop down to 9, which is still extremely good for them in both gold and experience. So they're ahead in this game, and hell, if they could keep using this Brewmaster split like they have been, get a 4-man clap, split into everyone as well, then next level badasses will just be at the mercy of this Brew. And that could have very easily been prevented, as we said in the draft, if they picked up a little bit more crowd control. A Skywrath Mage, a Doom, Lion was banned out, but heroes of that caliber, just to stop this Brewmaster from splitting. If they had a tool like that, then they would be in a much better position. But instead, there's a guarantee for Greed. I'm going to get my split off every single fight, and there's nothing the enemies can do about it.
Yeah, it's a hero that has fallen off quite a bit, Brewmaster, but this is definitely a situation where he's so very good. And honestly, probably should be picked up a little bit more. I don't think the fall off was necessarily necessary. As redundant as that sounds.
I mean, he's an incredibly powerful hero in these types of circumstances, but when he's up against that lion, then he just feels terrible, and that's just how it goes. So maybe it's just a fault of the misdraft from Next Level Badasses. Like, they could have very easily prevented this, as I said before, but still, they're not in a terrible position either. They have an AA who's working on Aghanims, and that will help out an incredible amount. The Witch Doctor's heal only level 1, but still the heal. Dazzle is relevant, and they also do have a little bit of Lyso from the Troll, so AA is going to eventually have that one, but by the time that happens, Zeus is already halfway to his Aghanim Scepter if he wants to go for one himself. He's going to keep up with the Ancient Apparitions, item progression, and then some.
And rightfully so, this was amid Zeus.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too surprising, but still, Zeus will have the Aghanims, and it'll be just as threatening as the AAs, maybe a little bit less so, but, of comparable amounts, let's say.
Yeah, definitely. Well, for now, Viper's reconnected back in the game, and hopefully we'll be able to go before too long. As far as what NLBA are going to do right now, I think it's probably just farm the enemy jungle and then back out.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is the perfect time to go for a Roshan if it was alive. Like, everyone's dead on Quetzal, don't really have too much to worry about, but they don't really have any objectives that they could easily go for. No creep waves are really in their favor, and even if they were, Quetzal will be up to defend it. So Next Level Badasses don't really have any alternatives other than to back off and try to get some farm from the enemy jungle. Whereas for Quetzal, they have the split. Should they be looking for a fight right now? I think they'll be comfortable taking it, but I don't know if they should be actively looking to rumble.
Yeah, I think you do just wait for that next item up on the Zeus, and for the Troll Warlord. The Troll especially is pretty darn close to a Scotty if he wants to go for it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good item for, well, any hero. Troll Warlord is no exception, so here we go. We're back in, and hopefully Viper is going to get all of his shit together, because he's kind of important for this game. Next Level Badasses are going to rely on the Viper to do a lot of damage. The Sniper can't do it all. He can't actually kill off everyone by himself, at least not yet.
Yeah, it will be quite some time before he is at that point, and if he ever gets to that point, it's another question. For now, it's going to be Maelstrom up for Noble Wings.
So Sniper is actually dishing quite a bit now. I just looking at his inventory, SNY, Mask Madness, it's pretty good. It's pretty deadly, but now it gets really deadly with that Maelstrom proc. So that magic damage is certainly going to flow from the Sniper, but over the past couple of fights, he hasn't had a chance just to sit in one place and fire away. It's, of course, that's the dream scenario for Sniper. He doesn't even want to move, he just wants to fire. But it's always been the Troll and or the Brewmaster to get right in the face of that Sniper and shut him down.
Yeah, definitely so. Eventually, I might even like to see a Blink Dagger up on the Troll just to guarantee that they can kill off Noble Wings. For now, Quetzal are still pushing. There's your Scotty finished up by the Troll Warlord, and both teams are chilling on their side of the map, but this is going to be broken by NLBA, who go for a smoke with a 5-man unit.
Let's see if the Zeus this time is able to reveal it. Looks like it's not going to be happening, and oh no, missed, not again. He's actually going to dodge the smoke, and that's actually pretty bad for Quetzal, because now some more important heroes are in trouble. Sniper's going to reveal himself. Raykill going to take a lot of damage right now. Yule Scepter, a little bit early, however. Ice Blast will come through. Raykill will blink away, and he will survive right now. They're going to kill off the two supports immediately, though. There's a Thundercloud draft with the split as well. Wind coming in from the side. Next Level Badasses lose 2 heroes immediately. This split from the Brewmaster, wreaking havoc among Next Level Badasses. Raykill throwing out lightning from over the trees. McCoy is going to get trapped in the corner, and everyone from Next Level Badasses is going to die. That was a 3 versus 5, and Winds, Greed, and Raykill absolutely clean house.
Yeah, I don't really see much that Next Level Badasses can do about this Quetzal core. With Mask of Madness activated, Sniper ate a clap and a Zeus ultimate, and he was pretty much dead from that alone. And then you just split on top of it, and Brewmaster goes to town. Next Level Badasses have no way to actually stop this. A BKB would be wonderful on these heroes, but that seems to be a distant dream. Bristleback is committed for the Sange. Viper looks to be going for an Aghanim Scepter, and even if he stops off for the BKB here, it'll probably be just a little too late.
It was also a little bit of positioning error from Next Level Badasses. They really heavily converged upon the heroes that they found, and they were all moving over in this direction and were caught in a really tight clump. And that's where Brewmaster gets so much more value off of his Aghanim Scepter and off of his clap. So having that additional bit of damage, having the Zeus be in almost literally the perfect position, like across the trees, he's not going to take any focus, he's free to throw out his spells without being punished for it. Next level badasses find themselves in a really tight cluster, and you never ever want to be in a tight cluster in a game of Dota. So they get punished for that, but also, man, the brute force of Quetzal at this point is intense. The supports are, like, I don't want to say completely unnecessary, but it kind of does seem like it. Like, Dazzle just has to weave, and then, you know, try to throw a grave on the Zeus. But other than that, there's not much that the Witch Doctor and Dazzle can do.
Yeah, and that's pretty nice for the supports, even though they probably are going to die. At the very least, they have a team to fall back on. For next level badasses supports, it kind of feels like they need to have a clutch swap or a really good ultimate coming up from the HNF version if they want to take a fight.
And now they're going to be bottled up in their base. They are very scared as well. They should be. The past couple of fights have been going so great for Quetzal, and they're not directly translating it into advantage through towers or anything like that, but they're slowly getting to it, both up on top and down towards bottom. Next level badasses, though, they're prepped for a fight up towards top. They have Chilling Touch already on their heroes. They're going to deward a little bit, but Quetzal, they're ready as well. Brewmaster's looking for that angle, and he's going to find a blink clap, this time onto 2 Noble Wings included, though. Brewmaster immediately going to get that split off onto Noble Wings, going to town now as they bring down Race's Grandpa. In the meantime, that's going to be 2 heroes down immediately, including the sniper. Yurgity is going to be chased down, disembodied, left all alone in the back end. Will have a Death Ward reserved just for him in the meantime. Venture Spirit is going to die to the Brewmaster. And now the Bristleback is going to fall into a pile of pandas. That's sometimes where you want to be, but on this particular game, buyback from the Venge, but that's not going to do jack. She's just going to be alive to watch her last friendly go down. It's another triple kill for Wind, and Quetzal this time don't lose a single hero. This Brewmaster is just getting out of control. It's already out of control, actually.
Wind really wanted that Venge kill. He gets swapped into the fountain, but that doesn't actually matter at all. The 2-3 tower is going to fall, and there's no buybacks up for next level badasses. Tier 3 tower and melee barracks should soon to fall, and probably even more.
Right, so crucial problems going on right now for next level badasses. Sniper lives and dies based on his positioning, and the Brewmaster for 3 or 4 times in a row has been able to blink, clap, and split onto the Sniper. And again, there's not much that they could do about that, but it's just the problem that they have to avoid, yet they can't avoid. So they might get a chance to get a little bit of revenge on Greed right now, but instead they're going to throw the assassination towards Moon. No, Greed is being focused right now, but he's also just really tanky. He has Shiva's guard, swap back, assassinate is there. Brewmaster going to take a fall. Finally, next level badasses get their revenge, drawing a hell of a lot of gold. And they might get a second one. Missed is actually going to TP away safely. This lack of stuns is really killing off next level badasses.
Yeah,
but the damage has already been done.
Yeah, the melee and the range barracks have fallen up in top, and Brewmaster, if he really needed to, has buyback at the ready, and when he comes back, he'll have split, so Quetzal will be more than comfortable to take a fight then. Roshan is also going to coincide with the Brewmaster's respawn timer pretty nicely for Quetzal, so really, it's just wait out for that next Roshan, get an Aegis for the troll, and go to town.
Yeah, next level badasses unfortunately don't have an immediate Roshan respawn. This is exactly when they would want to go for it, but they can't because it's not there, so it's a little bit unfortunate. They're going to catch Wind, though. That might be just as good, if not better. He's going to get assassinated, brought down. That's another streak ended by the Sniper. Just in pure bounty gold, that's like 1,200 gold going the way to the Sniper, not to mention everything else that's added into that. But he's suddenly holding on to Mjolnir gold or Eagle Song gold, or 3,400. That's pretty much anything. But they kill off 2 of the most important heroes of Quetzal. Even though they're racks down, it's still not over yet.
No, definitely not. They're still behind. The troll, even though the Sniper has a decent amount of gold, is also sitting on the same bank and has another item on top of it all. So, yeah, next level badasses are not out of the woods yet, and it looks like both teams are just going to wait for that Roshan. It's going to respawn right now.
This is really good for next level badasses. They don't have a troll warlord to deal with. It's not impossible to see Quetzal take a fight regardless because of how strong this Brewmaster is with level 3 split, but this is the chance for next level badasses to take an objective that's going to be unpunished by Quetzal. I'm sure that Quetzal know about this, but Zeus being a little bit too far away and without their troll warlord, I think it might be too late. It's going to be close, actually. Greed going to be zoned out by DBG, who has to be careful not to get too far ahead of himself. Haze is there. Roshan slowly but steadily dropping. Thunder God's Wrath a little bit too late. Blink in from Greed, though. They're going to go right onto Noble Wings, who will lose his Aegis immediately. Disembodied also taking a lot of damage. And off to the side, Moon with a Death Ward. Will be cancelled by the swap, but the damage has already been done, though. Killed the Bristleback and the Viper. Now Noble Wings stuck in a corner. Is firing for all he's worth, but he's not worth that much anymore with the Pandas right on top of him. Moon is frozen in place, but he's not taking enough damage from these 2 supports. Noble Wings trying to get away, but Wind has arrived, he will help reinforce for Moon. That will get a kill. Moon is going to unfortunately kill himself because he walked right back into the cold feet, but they kill the sniper with the Panda, and that's going to be a 5-for-3 engagement for Quetzal. This sniper has not had good luck with these Aegis.
No, definitely not. Every single fight, he's pretty much lost it instantly and then dies again. There's not much that you can do to save the sniper after the fact unless Venge is there with the swap. And the swap was needed to cancel a death ward. If you don't do that, you lose the fight anyway.
Yeah, so not a good place for next level badasses to fight, and well, that was even a fight that was predominantly without win. So if Quetzal had that Troll Warlord in there from the beginning, man, that fight would have been so much more crushing for Quetzal. They lose 2 heroes, but it still was just an amazing fight for them regardless. They can't translate it into any towers or anything like that this time, but they're working with a lot of dough. Troll Warlord has a completed butterfly. This guy is insanely farmed, and they want to fight without him. That's just unheard of.
Yeah, I mean, if you take him off of the top of the net worth chart, it doesn't really matter, because Quetzal have plenty in their other heroes to warrant that, and to actually be able to fight. The advantage currently, as far as gold is concerned, is pretty much the same as Troll's net worth, so I can see it working out for them. It's really just because they can't control this Brewmaster, though.
Yeah, the Brewmaster is just buying so much space, and this time the space actually translated into the Witch Doctor being able to get a decent channel of the Death Ward, whereas previously it was mostly just the Brewmaster and Zeus.
Noble
He's going to go in again.
He has the split, he's going committed. The mechanism helps a little bit, but that's not going to help you from Zeus ultimate. Going to get clapped down. Now they bots in with the Zeus, going to pull down the Viper, and now Viper going to eat a boulder toss, and he'll get burned down very easily. Decent body also going to lose his life. There's a buyback from the Sniper. Assassinates the Witch Doctor over in the sidelines, but can he survive any further? The Brewmaster is forced out, and he's back into his normal form, and Witch Doctor does die to Noble Wings. Greed now in a bit of trouble, isn't slowed down enough to get the cold feet to proc, but is still getting chased down incessantly. Swap back, and now he's able to get the clap off, but ends up losing his life just the same. Next level badasses, although it costs him a sniper, do get a couple important kills and might get more. Win comes in as well. The Zeus going to try to blow up Yurgity, but ends up dying. Yule Scepter up into the air. They have an assassinate on the way down, or just one shot from the sniper ought to do it. Now Win, fighting up against everybody, gets the bench, but loses his own life. It's a team wipe in return.
I have no clue what the Troll Warlord was trying to do there. Literally running into a 1v4. Not a good idea. If you had a BKB, yeah, you go ahead and do that. But when that fight actually broke out, Troll Warlord was standing here in the dire jungle, and he actually just wasn't moving. So I don't know what happened, but he started moving by the time his Brewmaster and Zeus and his supports were already dead. So he got there way too late, and he still decided to fight. So next level badasses, I mean, if the Quetzal side actually took that fight properly, they would have a lot more casualties. But hey, you can always count on your enemies to make some sort of mistakes, and that was a crucial one by the Troll Warlord and by Quetzal in general.
And now Noble Wings, Signalet, Monkey King Bar. It's going to be a lot easier to deal with Quetzal's lineup now, with the Drunken A's coming up from Brew as well as the Butterfly on the Troll. The Sniper doesn't have to worry about that anymore, and it's one of the main ways that they've been locking him down inside these fights, if not just outright killing him. But still, he is currently hitting very hard.
Yeah, is he big enough, though, to man-fight the Troll Warlord? Probably not. I mean, the Troll Warlord, especially now that he grabs the Helm of Iron Will, is going to get so much extra value from this Morbid Mask. Like, the increase in power versus the Sniper is huge there. So, Troll Warlord is still capable of dashing into the Sniper's face and killing him off. Just, not 1v4. That's a little bit too much.
Smoke up coming out from next level badasses. It's going to potentially net them a kill down towards bottom if they can catch out this Zeus. He does have a blink as well as Boots of Travel, but he's already used the Boots of Travel to get out to this lane, so he does need to be careful. Noble Wings is going to poke around next to the Roshan pit, but doesn't find anything close.
A retaliation smoke from Quetzal. They're going to be moving right up into the smoke of next level badasses. Next level badasses have a better position. Moon also standing still, is going to be brought down before anything else. Greed going to jump in, drop Noble Wings down to half, and then give chase with the split. Sniper out of the picture. Now DVG going to take focus from Win. Win will be frozen in place right now. Isn't really doing any damage, but now he's going to get right on top of Disembody. Another cold feed, and Win is going to die right now. Sniper is still alive, firing from the back end, circled all the way around from the fight. Disembody's still alive as well. And it looks like Quetzal, they're just falling apart. Greed is going to resume his main form. Can't blink out. Can't escape. He will be going down. And, well, next level badasses, we said before, game ain't over yet. Noble Wings made the entire circle around all the way back to the back line, and it worked out. It took him a little while to get there. But by the time he did, Quetzal, they weren't able to close in. This troll needs a BKB.
Yeah. Huge defensive swap coming out for the Venge to keeping Noble Wings alive throughout all of that. And just like that, the advantage that Quetzal once had is pretty much completely down the drain. They do have to worry about their top lane a little bit, since it is pushing into their tier 4 towers and dropping those down, and might actually get one, but just the same, next level badasses are now fighting on pretty much even footing.
It's kind of weird to see the Ancient Apparition's Cold Feet getting so much value in these past couple of fights. Like, he froze the Troll Warlord twice. That's just pretty much unheard of, but it is a stun that is far from reliable, but with Yule Scepter a little bit more so. But still, Quetzal, they are not too poorly off in this game, but they just have to make sure to get their positioning good and will not have Greed go down right now, because it looks like he is going to die. He does not have a buyback either, because he just bought an Oblivion Staff. This is a Brewmaster down for 100 seconds, and next level badasses, they're all at full health. This tower is in a little bit of trouble right now.
That's actually a dieback on the Brew. He just bought back before buying that Oblivion Staff, so that was really awkward. He ends up just walking down to the low ground pretty casually and gives up his life. That's going to be tier 3 tower falling. Shoal's going to blink in. They have the Death Ward. They have the Zeus ultimate. Everybody's dropping low, but is it low enough? They'll be able to bring down Noble Wings and now go on to further heroes. DBG going to get slowed down by the Scotty, and now they get the Vision trying to TP out. Will they have anything cancel? They will. Yules. And now they get into the front of his face, and DBG's going to fall. That's a dieback on the Sniper now.
The positioning, man. The positioning is all about what this game is about. Like, Sniper was caught alone, and with no front line, the Sniper is easy pickings. Troll Warlord getting right on top of him, Zeus ultimate, as well as that Witch Doctor ultimate, just shredding through that Sniper's HP. And without the Sniper, next level badasses just don't have enough damage output. So if Quetzal can keep bypassing the front line and get to the Sniper, it's usually pretty good times. If not, we have a couple of fights that we've already seen previously from next level badasses. Sniper is going to crush them. So Sniper's down for a minute, and Wind is no slouch at pushing. He has the Eye of Scotty chasing forward for Race's Grandpa. You're going to get the swap out. Wind slowed down right now, but a cast is going to bounce through. Chain stun 2 heroes perfectly, but it's just going to mean that they're not in the defense picture, as Wind is going to go to town on this tier 3. Will be forced to back off for right now. Cold Feet once again proving to be his bane.
They should be able to get this tier 3 tower down. They're still fighting 30 seconds with no Sniper. Boots of Travel are not an option for the Brewmaster. If he didn't buy the Oblivion Staff, he would be able to get into this fight, but for now, I think Quetzal probably just have to back.
Tower is in deny range. I don't know if they want to be doing that. They're going to smoke up, and that was undetected. Unfortunately, Raykill is not going to be a part of that smoke. Roshan not up for another minute, which is almost the exact same situation as last time, almost the exact same timer, but this is, again, the time where Quetzal want to be going straight into the Roshan pit and claiming that Aegis. Unfortunately, the game is not going to favor anyone. I guess, unfortunately for Quetzal, this game is not going to be favoring them, because the game is pretty impartial.
Yeah, definitely. RNG doesn't really care for anybody. For now, both teams are going to chill on their sides of the map and just wait. Quetzal have all of the lanes in a really good spot for them, so they're pretty safe to do whatever they want, as long as it's not push high ground.
Yeah, they're going to chill for just a little bit longer, and there's a BKB on the Sniper. Can help him out quite a bit, especially when dealing with the Brewmaster. He could realistically pop BKB and probably kill off Greed's Brewlings. It's going to be tough and maybe not worth his time, but it is certainly a possibility now that he doesn't have to deal with the Cyclone and the Rock and everything like that. So Roshan is alive right now, and that is going to be probably the biggest factor to determine who's actually going to win this game. If next level badasses take a good fight, it's their game for the next couple minutes, but otherwise, Quetzal, they're in position to crash this. And Noble Wings, he's in a bad position right now. He's so very easily jumped upon by so many angles. Like over here.
But for now, nobody's actually close. Greed's going to get spotted out. He is going to take a lot of damage from the Sniper low ground. The MKB is going to force him out to split. The Witch Doctor ultimate being challenged on the high ground isn't doing enough to Noble Wings. He's going to stun up Disembody, but the Roshan's still underway. Noble Wings jumps out of the pit. He's going to get Cyclone, then purged down immediately. Doesn't want to pop the BKB yet, but maybe he should. The damage is immense. With all of the minus armor applied from the Dazzle, he's going to die.
Oh man, they kill off the Sniper at the same time, the Troll Warlord, as well as the Zeus. They weren't in that fight because they were killing off the tier 3, and Rax's Wind looks like is going to die right now. Mischance might get him a little bit more time, but no, he'll shatter in the end. But the supports plus Greed picking off heroes in the back end, crucially that Sniper, and they kill off their melee Rax. Do they lose anyone on their retreat though? Bristleback giving chase not quite fast enough. And that was a pretty slick move from Quetzal, just bypassing that Roshan fight And Roshan is still alive right now. I don't know if they have enough to go in, but they don't have a sniper to deal with. They might just want to go for it anyway because they know that next level badasses can't do much about it.
With the medallion, as well as with the mischance coming out from Greed, I think they can do it sustainably. And although it's not the fastest Roshan, it's more than serviceable, and NLBA just can't contest this one. This is going to be Aegis and Cheese going their way.
Oh man, this is a huge lead for Quetzal. Not only do they take the Aegis and Cheese, but they deny it from next level badasses and take Raxes. They did it all out of order. Usually it's kill Roshan, then kill the base, but sequencing doesn't really matter if you get it all done. So Quetzal now in a hugely dominating position. Seems like that previous team wipe was just a small hiccup in the overall game plan. Once Troll Warlord gets back up, he'll have 5,000 gold to spend. And, well, if he gets a Satanic or something like that, then he can man fight and probably come out ahead in most of the man fights.
Maybe he doesn't want to spend all of his gold just to make sure he has buyback, but he still has like 3k surplus. He can almost pick up that Satanic and buyback too.
Yeah, bottom line, this guy is loaded right now, and Sniper, and if he needs like so much space, he needs another item. BKB wasn't used in the last time, so fortunately for him, he still has 10 seconds worth of charge, but he has no buyback, he has no gold. A Mjolnir would help out huge right now, just getting a little bit more threat.
We have a refresher as well, up for Greed, and as if one split wasn't hard enough to deal with for NLBA, pretty much every fight feasible for Quetzal is going to have a split if they want to use it that way, or just a double split if they feel it extends that long.
I think it might not get to that point. It's usually just going to be a uptime refresher orb just to make sure they always have it. And, well, Greed is stuck right now, but, man, they've already taken 2 Raxes down. Next level badasses, their clearing is pretty good with a Sniper packing a Maelstrom, but Quetzal, with the Aegis now, and Cheese as well on the Dazzle, they can just slow siege the bottom lane. Tier 3 is pretty much already dead, but melee Rax, range Rax, it's not too far away from being complete megas for Quetzal, and at that point, I'm pretty sure it's just GG.
Yeah, we'll have to see if it gets to that point. For now, Quetzal are falling back. We now have the refresher as well up for Zeus. So I think now is pretty much the time. I don't see anything else going right for them unless NLBA come out of the base and get picked off.
And next level badasses, they're not going to be picked off very easily. It's just as Embody who's kind of off to the side by himself. Everyone else in a very, very tight cluster. Mostly, again, to protect the Sniper from getting jumped upon. But Quetzal, they are playing this very, very slowly. Even with the Aegis and Cheese, they're just farming it up. And it looks like it's going to be farming up for a BKB Troll Warlord. At least that would be my guess. Nothing else is really close. Maybe an Aghanim's Witch Doctor Ultimate is worth waiting for.
It probably is. It's only 100 gold. Maybe you just sell like a magic wand to have it now. They really want to go. They have the BKB up for Troll now.
Oh, do they? Okay. Well, the entire BKB is incoming. He has buyback as well. If you're going to grab a 10-second BKB, then this is the time to use it. Swap out for Noble Wings. Yergity most likely going to give his life to save his Sniper buddy, but no, Wind's going to come in from the side. Now it's time to pop that BKB. He will get himself thrown up into the air. Thunder God's Wrath is going to drop. Wind now will pop the BKB to retreat. That's not exactly what you want to be doing with it, but at the same time, he didn't really have the backup there. BKB now down, and that just means Quetzal have to play things very, very slowly for another 70 seconds, but they're in a good position to do so.
Yeah, they can constantly keep the pressure in pretty much all 3 of these lanes without much fear. Or, I don't know, if they find an opening, they can just go in with the Brewmaster, and maybe Troll won't even need the BKB, as long as he doesn't have to deal with the Ancient Apparition.
And Greed's going to jump in, clap, split, and he's also going to pull a Cold Feet. Witch Doctor Ultimate is down, but it's doing no damage because there's no targets. Viper eventually is going to drop back into it, taking a little bit now, but the split has already been used. In fact, the Aegis will be popped in the split. That's going to be 2 heroes down for the Quetzal side. Moon also going to take a fall as Greed blinks off to the left. And that's going to be a tower down, but that's definitely not the fight that they really wanted. Troll Warlord is going to limp away with his life. He won't shatter. Greed, though, in a little bit of trouble. If they lock down his Blink Dagger, then that will just be an easy kill, and it looks like they will be successful in doing so. Greed will get the secondary split off, and he'll try to turn around. McCoy in a lot of trouble. Zeus coming in from the back end. Ancient Apparition, though, Yule Scepter will save his life. Ray Kill refreshing and then dying. Oh, you hate to see that kind of thing happen. McCoy still alive right now. Brewmaster thinking about going back in. Wind is here, charging forward for Noble Wings, but Viper is right here in response. BKB up from Troll Warlord, gonna do next to nothing. Ice Blast is gonna come in as Greed does take a fall. Wind with the BKB is going to get swapped back. jDL5 saved his ally. Now he's actually going to put his ally in danger as Win turns around and kills off the sniper very easily, trying to go for disembody. Will not make it happen. They still have the cheese Quetzal, but that is not the fight that they were looking for. Now Noble Wing's going to buy back, and they're looking for Raxes.
No, if Quetzal actually all went in at the same time, it probably would have gone a lot better for them. In the end, they start out with the Brewmaster. He dies inside the split, which is something you do start seeing now about 50 minutes in, and the Troll really didn't find any targets to stick on throughout all of that. Was waiting for the BKB. 2-3 tower in mid is going to end up losing its life. The Noble Wings, who has bought back, he's going to destroy that Dazzle and now go towards the Witch Doctor. One crit, and he has an Assassinate flying through. It's not going to kill him, but it's definitely not going to be comfortable either.
There's 44 seconds until Quetzal are able to fight, and in that time, Next Level Badasses will be able to win the game unless this Troll Warlord and Witch Doctor combo make a miracle happen. Again, they have a swap and a stun from the Vengeful Spirit to interrupt this Death Ward, or just Sniper killing Moon off. That's good too. But the tier 4 is slowly taking damage. There's no pressure on the base of Next Level Badasses. Zeus is up, Dazzle is up. Now's the time to make some sort of defense. They're going to start with a stun into DVG, Death Ward being channeled as well. Not doing too much damage right now, but it will force everyone from Next Level Badasses back. And Ole Mist is in a little bit of trouble, but it looks like he will get away unless Assassinate. And yes, he's dead. That's going to be one kill on the Dazzle, who just bought back. Win going to pop the BKB. Can he do anything? No, that's the third BKB charge that did pretty much nothing. He's going to chase forward for more. Thunder God's Wrath is there. Blink forward, Greed. Going to get right on top of Noble Wings, but he has a BKB of his own. Brewmaster doing a little bit of damage, but swap out. Noble Wings in a purge position right now. Will go straight towards Ray Kill. Zeus is in a lot of trouble right now. Moon can't get in, and even if he could, he wouldn't be able to do anything. Ray Kill down. Brewmaster's still around, but he's now on the retreat. Looks like the Storm Panda will escape. Moon in a little bit of trouble right now. They have enough for a Viper Strike, but they can't quite get in range. There it is. Moon is now in a lot of trouble, but the base of Quetzal is in more. But look at the base of Next Level Badasses. The Ancient is under siege right now. It's a double kill for the Sniper so far. Disembody might die to this Maledict. They so desperately need this Maledict to be lethal, and it will be. Greed, though, we're going to walk right into Noble Wings and jDL5. He'll just die instantly. Everyone on Quetzal is dead. Can they actually outrace these creeps? DVG will teleport back. Fortification is there as well. And I think Next Level Badasses have won this game. They're going to hold on to their Ancient. They're going to go for the rest of the tier 4s, and it's still going to be 37 seconds before Quetzal have any sort of fighting potential. They have barely won it out.
It was so close to Quetzal. Let's slip their advantage. Just a couple of bad fights in the late game is all it really takes. Dazzle is going to fight to the last breath, but it is going to be his last, as he ends up losing his life to McCoy's racist grandpa, and that's going to end our game number 1. We'll have game number 2 coming up shortly, and hopefully it's as exciting as this one.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in a little bit.